Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azrul bin Zahrin, number matrix 1180755. I'm from group 23. So today I'm going to explain for question number 1. From the perspective of BNM, the appointment of Sheikh Abdul Karim as Sharia Committee member in AA Prestige Malaysia, this did not possess a threat to independence of Sharia Committee member towards performing their duties to the Islamic banks they are serving. To strengthen our point, we choose Principle 5.4 Sharia Governance Framework SGF 2010 and Sharia Governance Policy Document 2019 SGPD 2019 Section 12.4. In Principle 5.4 SGF 2010, mentioned that IFI shall appoint any member of its Sharia committee from another IFI in the same industry Sharia committee. This is to ensure that committee members are more focused, that conflicts of interest are avoided, and that information is kept confidential. In general, independence entails being free from any types of influence. Next is SGPD 2018, Section 12.4, mentioned that Sharia committee member of his immediate family must not be a substantial shareholder, executive director, or senior officer of the IFI or any affiliate. Besides, to ensure the level of independence and confidentiality of information among the IFIS, BNM's policy enables Sharia committee members to hold only one post within the same industry. So here are the organizational structure of Sheikh Abdul Karim. He is a member of the Sharia Committee of AA Prestige Malaysia and held the position of head of Sharia Department for AEA Global and AEA Prestige Dubai. He did not violate the PNM guideline because head of Sharia Department is one of the Sharia function in Sharia governance organ, so it will not disturb the control function. The three branches of AEA Prestige will not affect each other because they are considered as independent entity and registered in different jurisdictions. Each branches have different way of establishment. This will make any decision made by Sheikh Abdul Karim is unique and not influenced by his position in other country. Thus, he is free from any influence as Sharia committee member of AA Prestige Malaysia. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Abdul Hanan bin Nordin, meeting number 1180728. So, in session, we will present about the question number 2, which is to present the outcome of our research on the difference between the Sharia governance and Sharia insurance guidance issued by BNM of Malaysia, IFI, and IFSB. For that, I will give a brief explanation about the Sharia governing bodies. Okay, first, Bank Negara Malaysia, which is BNM, is established on January 26, 1959. Is issuing currency, serving as a banker and advisor to the national government. BNM also regulating the county financial institutions, credit system, and monetary policy. Next is accounting and auditing organization for Islamic financial institution, which is IFI. It is established in 1981 and based in Bahrain. IFI is the leading international non-for-profit organization primarily responsible for development and issuance of standards for the global Islamic finance industry. These standards are currently followed by all the leading Islamic financial institutions across the world. Next is the Islamic Financial Service Board, IFSB. It based in Kuala Lumpur. IFSB officially inaugurated on 3rd November 2002 and start operation on 10 March 2003. IFSB serves as international standard setting body of regulatory and supervisory agencies of the Islamic financial service industry. Next, I will explain about the comparison in terms of definition and objective. For BNM, its periodic evaluation to give independent assessment and objective assurance adding value and improving IFRS compliance by establishing a robust and effective internal control system for Sharia compliance. BNM objective is to lay out the bank expectation for an Islamic financial institution Sharia governance structures, procedures, and arrangement. It also give to advice to the Islamic financial institution board of directors, Sharia committee, and management in carrying out their responsibilities in issues of Sharia. And next for IFI, IFI is not for profit organization that was established to maintain and promote Sharia standards for Islamic financial institutions, participants, and the overall industry. Its objective is to develop accounting, auditing, governance, and ethical thought relating to the activity of Islamic financial institution. Its also objective is to disseminate the accounting, auditing, governance, and ethical thought relating to the activities of Islamic financial institution. As for the IFSB, it is an international standard setting group comprised of regulatory and supervisory agencies with a strong interest in safeguarding the integrity and stability of the Islamic financial service industry, which is widely defined to cover banking, capital markets, and insurance. Its objective is to encourage the growth of a cautious and transparent Islamic financial services business by establishing new or adapting current international standards that are Sharia compliant and promoting their implementation. Next objective is to improve the coordinated effort in developing instruments and procedures for more efficient operations and risk management. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Syahmi Aiman bin Lukman, ticket number 1180797. Under responsibility and authority for BNM, first point, to provide value and improve Islamic financial institution compliance in creating a strong and effective internal control system for Sharia compliance by providing independent assessment and objective assurance. Second, create a comprehensive internal audit strategy. Third is establish proper audit process. Compare with IOF. First, give direction, guidance and supervision. Second, ensure Islamic financial institutions are in follow the Sharia rule and principle. Third, can have members that are not specialized in fiqh mu'amalat but expert in Islamic financial institution with fiqh mu'amalat knowledge. Fourth, authorized to hire consultant with experience in business, economy, law, accountancy and other field. Four, as compared to IFSB, first is show demand or suggest that management address and correct any Sharia compliance concern. Second, keep track about and any incidents involving non-compliance. Lastly, monitor and resolve any non-compliance conduct.
Okay, now we will go through Sharia governance style. As for BNM, the Board Sharia Committee Management and Sharia Compliance and Research duties are crucial main function of major organs in the Sharia governance system. IFIs are accountable for establishing a strong and resilient Sharia governance framework with a focus on the responsibility of essential functionality in ensuring the Sharia governance framework successful execution. And also for the IOF, ensure that the IFI has adequate control in place as well as monitor the implementation of management strategy, monitoring of management awareness of the need of regulating the IFI's policies, procedure and methodologies, examining the effectiveness of the IFI code of ethics that was implemented, and then examining internal audit resource and capabilities, scope of responsibility, overall work program and reporting line. As for IFSB, Sharia governance system is defined by the IFSB as a collection of institutional and organizational arrangement that an Islamic financial institution used to provide effective independent oversight of Sharia compliance. The Sharia governance system enhances IFI's current governance, control and compliance activity. And then issuing of a suitable Sharia pronouncement, a decision. This refers to a legal proposition of an opinion on any Sharia related problems in Islamic finance issued by an adequately mandated Sharia board.
For Sharia review part, under BNM, first, audit of financial system of Islamic financial institution. Second, a compliance audit of the organization, structure, employee and IT application system. Third, assess the Sharia governance procedure to see if it's sufficient or not. Compared to IOF, first is to ensure that the activities organized by Islamic financial institution do not against the Sharia. Second is the status of the internal Sharia review not be lower than the internal audit or internal control department. And then the third, the internal Sharia review area of work will include the internal Sharia control system as well as the quality of performance in carrying out their obligation. Compared to IFSB, first is to enhance risk mitigation and disclosure mechanism for capital management, corporate governance and market discipline. Second, internal Sharia review will evaluate the product and service to verify if they comply to Sharia board guideline. And then lastly, assure adequate expertise and skill sets in Sharia board as well as to evaluate their performance and professional growth. Lastly, prioritize establishing consistency in the professionalism of Sharia board members in order to increase their credibility and affirm their integrity through a set of best practice.
Okay, we will continue to Sharia audit practice. For the BNM, Shariah audit findings shall be reported to the Board of Committee and Shariah Committee. And then Shariah Committee's independence must be respected at all times when performing their duties, allowing them to make impartial and informed decisions. And also, internal and sensitive information collected by members of the committee, Shariah Committee, in the course of their duties must be kept secret at all time and not exploited. As for IOFI, it have important role in achieving the fundamental objective of the IFIs, improve better transparency and disclosure in financial report, and to get the public confidence of the IFIs of the application of Sharia rules and principles. The Sharia audit will contribute to the confidence and assurance in accuracy of financial data submitted to the board of directors. And then for IFSP, they produce report detailing whether the IFFS met Sharia criteria during the financial year. ISRU shall report to the Sharia board, and then if there is an occurrence of non-compliance, it should be reported, controlled, and corrected. Whenever required, the ISRU report should demand or suggest that the management of the IFFS address and correct any Sharia compliance concern.
Next, I would like to continue with the question number 3. Before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Hamidon, notin number 1180723. Regarding Sheikh Abdul Karim queries, AEA Prestige Malaysia believes that the Islamic financial institution may be exposed to a variety of risks, including market, liquidity, credit, and operational risks as a result of the Tawarruk contract. Taking this fact into account, there are few measures that have been implemented in order to manage and control those risks by referring to the policy document for Tawarruk, which has been issued by Bank Negara Malaysia, PNM. First, the IFI shall establish comprehensive risk management policies and procedures, processes, systems, and internal control to address risks in line with its risk preferences throughout the life cycle of the Tawarruk, and that includes a few risk mitigation techniques, including establishing appropriate eligibility criteria and a review process for asset to be used in Tawarruk, clear separation of roles and duties to be performed under dual agency, contingency plan that is feasible to facilitate the execution of the Tawarruk in a timely manner. And this will be followed up with monitoring and reporting process. Second, the IFI must ensure that the appointment or selection of the asset trader and or asset exchange is based on a thorough risk assessment, and that the arrangement does not undermine the IFI's ability to oversee and regulate its activities while adhering to Sharia and regulatory requirements. 3. As part of monitoring the individual arrangement with the asset trader and or asset exchange, the IFI must first establish controls to ensure service delivery in a manner expected in accordance with Sharia and regulatory requirements. And the second one is maintain a continuous and effective engagement with the asset trader or asset exchange to ensure ongoing ability to meet the requirements of Sharia and regulators. And the last one is the IFI shall clearly indicate and convey the policies and procedures and limits to all its relevant functions, as well as to implement a systematic approach to review and update its rules, procedures, process, and internal limits on a regular basis, ensuring consistency with the IFI's risk appetite and any regulatory or industry changes. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Saiful Izwan B1 Kassim, metric number 1180792. So now we present about the question number 4, which is advise Sheikh Abdul Karim on the merit of enrolling into either CSAA program or CPSA program, taking into account his situation. So in my opinion, I would like to suggest Sheikh Abdul Karim to enroll the CPSA program, which is a Certificate Professional Sharia Auditor. Basically, this program being held to equip the candidate with technical understanding and professional skills on Sharia compliant audit, and also for the review process, which is in the field of Islamic banking and finance industry. So why he should choose the CPSA instead of CSAA program? Sheikh Abdul Karim should not enroll into the CSAA program because Sheikh Abdul Karim not enough and lack of knowledge about the Sharia governance regimes adopted in Malaysia. That is why I suggest he to choose the CPSA program instead of CSAA program. Sheikh Abdul Karim will get to apply the technical review of banking and financial operation to determine whether it is Sharia compliant or not after he enrolled the CPSA program with the essential technical understanding and professional skills of Sharia compliant audit and Sharia review process for the Islamic banking and finance industry. So by enroll this course, he will be able to apply the rule and function of various Sharia compliant and review process in Islamic financial institutions. So that's all from me. Thank you.